Background. Murder in the Cathedral by T.S. Eliot centres on the assassination of Archbishop Thomas Becket by 4 knights under King Henry II in Canterbury, England, in 1170. During this period, the Catholic Church's influence was growing, posing a challenge to the authority of the English crown. Becket staunchly defended the Church's rights as a political entity, refusing to yield to Henry II's demands. Tensions between the two escalated quickly after Becket, aware that his policies as archbishop clashed with Henry's views on the church-state relationship, was appointed Chancellor by Henry. The conflict began when Becket sought to reclaim land that Henry had appropriated from the public of Canterbury. It evolved into disputes over the authority to punish clergymen guilty of crimes and over funds that Becket refused to surrender to the king. Subsequently, Becket discreetly left England for France, only to return 7 years later at the start of the play. Initially, there was hope for reconciliation between Becket and Henry, but disagreements arose when the king decided to have his son coronated at a church other than Canterbury Cathedral, the traditional venue. The Pope sided with Becket, leading to the suspension of the bishops involved in the coronation, a decision the knights in the play demand Becket to reverse. At its core, the dispute revolved around the conflicting rights of the crown and the church. King Henry II sought to assert royal prerogatives, while Archbishop Becket resisted, championing ecclesiastical rights. One major point of contention was the jurisdiction over criminal cases involving clergymen, even those in minor orders. This disagreement escalated as both sides appealed to the Pope for resolution, but no compromise was reached. Actions taken by both parties, including the king confiscating property and Becket issuing excommunications, only heightened the conflict. The dispute had its roots in King Henry II's appointment of his Chancellor, Thomas Becket, as Archbishop of Canterbury in 1162. Initially hoping to strengthen royal supremacy over the English Church, Henry faced resistance when Becket began championing ecclesiastical rights and ceased aiding the king in church-related matters. The conflict intensified over various issues, including the jurisdiction over clerical crimes and disputes over land. Despite efforts to resolve the dispute through diplomacy and papal intervention, tensions persisted. Becket's eventual exile to France in 1164 marked a significant escalation. Over the following years, both sides maneuvered for support and engaged in diplomatic exchanges, but neither was willing to capitulate. The dispute reached a critical juncture in 1170 when Henry's son, Henry the Young King, was crowned in violation of Becket's rights as Archbishop of Canterbury. This led to negotiations between Becket and the king, culminating in Becket's return to England. However, the situation quickly deteriorated, leading to Becket's excommunication of several royal officials and ultimately his assassination by 4 knights on December 29, 1170. The aftermath of Becket's death saw continued tensions between the crown and the church. Henry's public penance at Canterbury in 1174 marked a symbolic attempt at reconciliation, but the underlying issues remained unresolved. The Becket controversy exemplified broader tensions between secular and ecclesiastical authority in medieval Europe, leaving a lasting legacy in English history.